about 2 o'clock in the morning on 11 December, the 12th day of the COP. The 11th day, 10 December, International Human Rights Day, saw mainly a day of waiting and side events. There are quite a few side events on human rights. Ironically, and unfortunately perhaps, human rights also became weaker in the treaty or the agreement, which is now before the parties, because it was taken out of Article 2, and now it only appears in the preamble. At about 9 o'clock in the evening on 10 December, the presidency, the French president of the COP21, Laurent Fabius, the French foreign minister, provided a new text to the parties. The new text still has several options in it, and the whole entire text of 26 articles, or the few more tiers and bisses, is in brackets, which means that none of the text is yet agreed. Moreover, the text contains a number of differences between the parties, which I'm sure will take some time to iron out. Most state delegates that I've spoken to this evening say that they expect to be here all night and well into the morning, trying to iron out a text that they can then send to a legal and technical editing team for review before it can be then put to the state parties. There was a bit of a hiccup today when a number of other decisions, including decisions on finance, were decided by the state parties in the 10th meeting of the COP. Several developing states, including Bolivia and Barbados, said that they were not able to express the views of developing countries. In other words, their views had been ignored in the fast-track process which concluded in these decisions. The chair took note of these views, saying that the COP had already been closed before they were even able to express their views. Let's see if this will be taken up in subsequent meetings. As you'll remember, in the past we have had similar problems. In Copenhagen, the Copenhagen Accord was never adopted, only noted by the Assembly. And in Cancun, several states, particularly Bolivia, objected to the outcome document, but their objection was overruled despite the consensus rule of decision making. This time it seems like there will be a lot of difficulties to get to a consensus. In the room behind me you can see that states are starting to gather for the meeting. This was a few hours ago. They have now been in meetings they call INTLawyers, which are meetings where states express their views and concerns. But we also hear there's a lot of horse trading going on, states saying that they are willing to make concessions here if other states make concessions there. That's possibly the nature of negotiations, but this negotiations has the unusual feature that there's also science to be taken into account. In other words, some options will not be good enough to ensure the protection of the planet because of the science. So we will see in the future whether or not states are going to be able in the next 24 hours, in the very near future, whether states are going to be able to come to some sort of an agreement that will be at least the minimum needed to provide protection of the planet for this and future generations.